I listen to it all the time. I tell all my friends to smack it raw.
Following podcast contains mature content. The views and opinions expressed by the host are not necessarily those of the host. Listener discretion is advised. Hi, Allison. Welcome to the Smackin Raw podcast. I am your host, the patron saint of podcasting, the Warden Matt Ritter, who, for reasons, will not be polishing his Peacemaker live on stream tonight. But theoretically, if it's under the table and they can't see it. I am here with my co-host. She is host of the She Elite Showcase Inside the Mind of In the Crowd and Storytime with the reigning, defending, undisputed trick or trivia champion, Ms. Katie Kinsey, baby.
Hey.
And I thought SES Vince was going to join us. Vince Delgado, the Salto Spitter Swallow.
Joke's on us. He's not here.
Stefano. So we'll see if he comes through. Maybe. Zebra was loose near our house today. They had to shut down the interstate to catch it. I'm assuming from the zoo, and that you don't just have wild zebras in Tennessee, because if you do, I need to see one.
Why do you need a password?
Why didn't you text me that you need a password?
Why didn't you just stay logged in like I do?
I also have not gotten a request for a password.
No, not from the zoo.
Did somebody have a wild zebra farm? Is this like Tiger King? Is there a Tennessee Zebra King?
Tennessee Zebra King? I'm writing that down. There's a family who has one as a pet. How is that legal?
Really?
Tennessee Zebra King. I forgot what I was writing down.
I'm still waiting for the request for a password, Vince.
You shouldn't need a password. I literally just stay logged in.
You just type in the email and then it sends me a passcode and I give you a passcode and then you just stay logged in. I stayed logged in.
I stay logged in. We stay logged in. Zebras and
gazelles. What the fuck is going on in Tennessee? And have you ridden
Tennessee,
one?
That's a choice. Yeah. Well, I feel like
can you ride a zebra?
Like, probably not. Probably can't ride a gazelle either. I feel like a gazelle's definitely no, because their legs are like twigs. I feel like if like a baby sits on one, it'll break their legs. So like,
there's a family near your work that has a buffalo.
What's happening in Tennessee?
I'm also wondering if zebras are like horses in other areas. Like, what's the hierarchy of?
I think it goes like horse, maybe zebra, donkey.
How do you know so much about animal penises?
I thought you were talking about like the size of the actual animal. Okay. Okay.
Like, I'm just well versed. All right.
Oh yeah, totally. No, I thought you just meant like the size of the animal and what the like, you know, like a woolly mammoth is like an elephant type thing. I thought that's what you meant.
Okay.
I was just trying my best. I don't know. I just want to know why Tennessee has so many just animals that like aren't typical animals chilling. Buffalo, zebras, gazelles. Assuming somebody probably has like a gator. Feels like a Tennessee thing. I don't know why now.
Thank you guys for joining us for this talk about exotic animals in Tennessee and Katie ranking dongs.
That's not what I was doing.
Horse, zebra, donkey. Do not forget.
I'll say it. I hate you.
while we are waiting on Vince to join us, because I did finally get the request for the code, then I sent him the wrong one the first time. I resent it. Thank you for joining us at youtube.com/creation world, where it is free to like, to subscribe, to comment. Katie, what does that do?
Boost the algorithm, helps find new listeners.
And why is that important?
Because you're a pain in the ass and a whore.
All of the things, and she does hate me. There was a whole thing on She League Showcase where I sent her lyrics to "She Hates Me" because she hates me. But it's okay, because we're still best friends, even though she hates me. You hate the people that you like the most. That's a thing, right? You guys should like me the most, and show me that you like me the most by liking, subscribing, commenting, doing other things. Last I checked, which was Thursday, we were 9 subscribers away from 600. I would like to hit 600.
That's crazy. I'm just trying to hit 300 on She Elite. I'm trying. Keyword.
So please do that. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us slightly late. Did not text me to let me know that he needed any information. Still has not even responded to my text messages. I have no idea what the fuck's going on. He is...
I already got all the name intros.
Of the Get Yo podcast and the Wall Up Rewind and Smackin' It Raw. He is Vicente Alejandro Delgado Estrada.
Steve.
Our friend Steve.
¿Qué pasa, everybody?
Steve.
How's it going? So I had an allergic reaction to my cats because I'm allergic to cats, and I took Benadryl to help, and I slept past my my alarm. So I woke up maybe 2 minutes before the show was supposed to get started, and I rushed over here and I logged on to StreamYard. But I logged into my personal StreamYard because that's what I use to record my podcast content. So
see, this is why I have all of my She Lead stuff in a separate browser, and then I use something else completely for this one.
So Chrome versus what, like a different tab?
So this is
Microsoft
Chrome.
Edge.
Yeah, Microsoft Edge is for She Lead, and then Google Chrome is for this.
And then Chrome.
Yeah, that requires a lot of stuff, I guess.
Well, I'm sorry that you decided to buy animals that you're allergic to.
I did not choose to buy animals that I'm allergic to.
You chose to marry a woman who had animals you're allergic to.
The heart wants what the heart wants.
Also, how bad is it that you're allergic to pussy?
That's crazy. Allegra won't make you sleepy.
That's true. I take Allegra every day. I took Allegra this morning.
I'm out of Allegra. I only have Claritin, and Claritin doesn't really help. So it was either Claritin or Benadryl, and those was just the options.
Well, I'm glad you're still alive, and I'm glad you joined us. Right as I was doing the YouTube thing, which, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know when we go live, now that Vince is here with us live, the only way to do that, because we change it up all the time, is to flick that bean, hit that notification bell, get notified anytime we go live, whether it is, every Thursday for the Creation Conversation, or sometimes Sundays, sometimes Saturdays. It depends on when pay-per-views happen. For Smash or Pass, we've got Getting Off. That, could be a Friday. That could be a Sunday. It's mostly on a Sunday. But it also could be on a Saturday, like it was last time, because Smackin' Raw was on a Sunday. And like I said, it's confusing. So if you just don't want to have to worry about it, hit that notification bell. Get notified every time we go live. We're on Twitch too.
That's how I knew we were live. That's how I knew we were live, because I have
you got the notification bell and it woke
I got
up.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I knew.
Twitch.tv/Creation World. If you have Amazon Prime, then you have Prime Gaming. You take your Prime Gaming account and you link it to your Twitch account, and you get a free sub. It costs you absolutely nothing. You're already paying for Prime Gaming. And who you give that to? Whoever you fucking want at this point. I'm not going to beg for you anymore. We're not doing this. Just, if you like me, if I'm entertaining, if you enjoy what I do, then give it to me. If not, find somebody else. But make sure you use it and support content creators. I'd appreciate it if it wasn't me, if it went to Katie over at the She Lead Showcase, or Botch Spots and Chair Shots, like one of my friends. Because if you don't like us, then you just have bad taste.
True.
I think that's it, Katie. Any news or rumors?
Not many. the first ever Evolve Women's Champion was crowned earlier this week. Went to Callie Armstrong. So congrats to her. They had a nice fatal 4-way.
Do we know if she's related to Brian and Brad and all of the Armstrongs?
Don't believe so.
Okay.
Do not believe so. I did not watch. I do not watch Evolve, but good for her.
Congratulations.
We love women. We love women doing first things.
Except for Vince, because he may or may not be allergic.
That's great.
I think you misunderstood.
Oh, wrong kind of pussy. Gotcha.
Yeah.
We were talking about animal penises earlier.
No, you were. I wasn't.
I heard about that.
You want to chime in on where you think the zebra, donkey, horse, how that goes?
I don't know. I'm not sure. They all have valid arguments to be number one in terms of size and girth, but there's no way of knowing without actually examining things or having firsthand experience, which I don't have.
You've got homework.
No, I think I'm okay. I was never good at doing my homework. Anyways.
What else you got for us, Katie?
Mariah May is officially off of the AEW roster online. So obviously the big speculation is she's going to WWE like immediately. I don't actually know. It would be kind of cool to see Mariah in WWE, but we wouldn't get her kissing girls anymore, so that sucks. Because they hate me.
Again, Mariah May is entertaining and fun, and I would love to see her in WWE, but do we need another blonde?
If they start making like a blonde squad, like faction, sure, like all the mean girls, why not?
There aren't that many on main roster.
Natalia, Charlotte,
who's barely on TV. Charlotte
Tiffany,
barely shows up. Tiffany is your main one.
Alexa Bliss, Liv
4.
Morgan,
5.
I had another one in my head and I lost it.
5.
Well, Candace not anymore because she dyes her hair.
Her hair is like a light purple and it's very cute. It's like 5.
Let me think on this.
How much are there in NXT? The only one.
Sol Ruka. I mean, Sol has like colors in her hair.
So
I don't know if that necessarily counts.
No.
Thea Hale.
Yeah, I guess she is technically blonde.
All right, let me pose this question: do we ever care about the hair color of men signings, or are we only focused about women signings just because, like?
I mean, I care. I prefer them bald, so give me more bald bastards.
All right, so Serena Deeb and Molly Holly is your speed.
Hell yeah, bring me Serena Deeb and Molly Holly.
Isn't Ellison blonde right now, or is that just a picture?
I mean, just because Allison's blonde doesn't mean she can't say there are too many blondes on TV.
Sounds like she has a personal stake there.
I mean, there's not really.
I don't think so.
When you look at the overall scheme of things, there are not that many blondes.
I think the issue is Mariah May and Tiffany Stratton are very much alike.
Similar-ish.
So.
Yeah, I mean, but again, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We don't know. She can go back to Japan. Like, she can do whatever she wants.
If she shows up at NXT, we'll know. That will be our sign. If she shows up
in NXT and is there for 8 months, then
we won't know the first 4 months, but after the first 8 months, that'll be our.
Well, that's when you know she'll go up to the main roster. It's because I mean, Julia was only there for like 8
Maxine
months.
Dupree, 6.
We barely see her.
Oh my God. Stephanie Vicaire is officially on the main roster. On the main roster of Raw.
I have thoughts, but that's okay.
Internally, speculations are Ricky Saints is also going up to the main roster, as is Jordan Grace.
Which we'll all talk about when we get to NXT because things happen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you finish news and rumors before we do that, though.
I don't have any more news and rumors.
Perfect. Let's talk about it. So, NXT, ladies and gentlemen, happened on Tuesday, and boy, did it happen. We opened up right off the bat, North American title match, Ethan Page versus Ricky Saints, and everyone was like, holy shit, I can't believe that they, had Ethan defeat Ricky for the North American title. Ethan Page RKO Saints on the bottom of an open chair during the match, which theoretically DQ, but whatever.
Did the ref not see that?
After Ricky lost and Ethan was champ, Ethan came back out to celebrate. He's like, fuck it, I'm celebrating tonight. This is my night. I'm not waiting till next week. And Javon comes out, tell Ethan that they've got a title match at Worlds Collide, and it's not just Ethan Page. It's a triple threat with Laredo Kid. No, it's a fatal four-way, because guess who's also here, bitches? Ray FedEx.
Special delivery overnight.
It was an overnight special delivery because he made it there. He came out. He was on NXT TV, and Ethan Page was like, "What the fuck?" And it's like, "Haha, that's what you get for winning the title," because that would have been Ricky's match. And honestly, I do enjoy Ethan Page. I do. I think that Ricky Saints in this match would have been more fun. I thought maybe Ricky got hurt or something, and that's why we did this. Because again, we'll talk about it with Stephanie. Decisions were made that didn't quite make sense. There were matches that could have been had and things that could have been done and other people that could have won this title, and we didn't do it. Ricky Saints versus Laredo Kid versus Javon Evans versus Ray FedEx would be dope. Ethan Page is there, and he's cool, and he's fine, and he's more he's not a bad wrestler. He's a decent wrestler, but he's more of a on the mic, promo character driven kind of guy.
So I have thoughts. At first, I was just kind of taken aback that Ethan Page even won this match, but it wasn't terrible because in my mind was like, okay, well, if they're not gonna do anything with Ricky with Ethan Page going to the main roster, might as well do something with him right there. I thought in my mind this just means they just like Ricky Saints so much they're gonna push him to that Obafemi world title match, which I was for. Now the reports are that he's going to get called up to main roster. Okay, fine. As long as you got some plans for them, cool. Why not? If not, it just kind of feels like whatever. But at least they dropped it to a former world champion, to someone has proven that has a good heel heat and can work a crowd, work a good gimmick. He may not be as good as Ricky Saints in ring, but I think he kind of fits the narrative of that chicken shit champion that's going to try to get and weasel his way out of that situation of the Fatal 4-Way match at Worlds Collide. And honestly, I just like, if this was Mexico, like he would have been like the perfect heel to be in that situation. Like he feels like a AAA like heel from like north of the border, regardless of which border up north it is. So,
well, he's Canadian, so
yeah.
How many borders are up north?
Well, if you're in Mexico, there's the United States and Mexico border, and then there's
anyone here in Mexico?
Maybe
right now, currently,
could be.
I'm gonna check my air tag that I stuck in your shoe last time I saw you and see.
In his shoe is crazy.
See, I got the yellow hue that they always put in all the films and stuff like
that. So here's the thing. I saw a lot of people saying, "Oh, that's Cody's boy. That's why he's getting called up." But like, so's Ethan Page, so's Lexis King, so's Sean fucking Spears, and they're all staying down in NXT. So I don't. How could I be so good looking and still humble? How could I be so damn rich and still humble?
He's just singing Logan Paul's theme song,
and I'm still humble.
He's just singing Logan Paul's theme song.
I didn't know because I don't listen to Logan Paul's theme song.
That's Logan Paul's theme song? That's actually insane.
I didn't know it's because he keeps talking about his theme song, talking about how he's humble and how it's perfect for him and yada yada.
I don't listen to him talk either. I pay no attention to Logan Paul when he's on my TV, and I pay no attention to John Cena when he's sucking off Logan Paul on my TV. We'll talk about that, and then we'll get back to Stephanie, since, we just like to go with the flow when it's brought up. Over on SmackDown, since we brought up Cody and the call-ups, which, by the way, I was going to say, unfortunately, maybe, possibly, Ricky might be getting called up for a John Cena versus Cody Rhodes tag match with Ricky as Cody's partner. And I'll let you guess which rapper that keeps showing up on my TV that I don't need is going to be John Cena's partner.
That's probably not going to happen.
I would hope that's not the case.
But Cody has been, in his time away, he's been doing a lot of thinking about other men. He thought about AJ, he thought about Kevin, he thought about Triple H, he thought about Dwayne, he thought about John, all in the nude. And then he's like, "Hey, Jey Uso, why don't you come out?" John Cena comes out and, like I said, sucks off Logan Paul before they get their asses beat by Cody and Jay. But prior to this, the title of this episode was created by one Cody Rhodes. I can't play the America's ass thing anymore because it's not his ass. But he, as it looked like Logan Paul and John Cena were going to leave, he's like, "Where are you going, to polish his Peacemaker? Are you gonna go polish his Peacemaker?" Which got a pop out of me because it was great.
How dare you, Cody Rhodes?
And that's now how I'm going to refer to masturbation and possibly blowjobs.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay,
I'm not mad at it. I'm gonna skip the segment though. If we're talking about that.
Wait, did we spit or swallow the title change?
I did.
I'll swallow it. Sure, it's Ricky's gonna go to main roster, so sure.
I'm gonna gargle undecidedly until we get official word that Ricky's on main roster, because
he's gonna go to main roster.
The source is iffy, regardless of who relationships are and blah 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 blah. So, I
mean, it just makes sense.
I hate seeing John Cena be like, "I need to get people to boo me, so I'm gonna just sit here and jack off Logan Paul and pretend like he's so great."
Mm-hmm.
That was hard to watch and sucked, but I get why he did it. Love Cody, love Jey Uso, love watching Cody and Jey Uso beat the shit out of John Cena after doing that, and Logan Paul, and send them running. So I'm gonna swallow because we got polishing his Peacemaker.
No, I'm gonna spit it. He's not just doing it to get heel heat. He's done it in interviews where, like, either he gets brought up or he brings him up himself, or he talks positively about Logan Paul. And I get that because it's the
company man.
He's a company man. I get it. That's who the fuck he is. But at the same time, I'm not for it. I didn't feel it. Everyone that was bitching, I'm not saying you guys, I'm not saying our immediate friends, but the people that were complaining about Truth getting a singles match at main events, Saturday night's main event, that didn't have the title on the line, say that was a waste of spot. This is a waste of spot, and I've said this last week, and I'll continue to say this. This is a waste on the John Cena retirement tour. Wasted stop. We don't need this. I don't want a tag match. If that was the case, do something better. I don't fucking know. The only way I care if he does a tag match, if he's teaming with a heel Final Boss Rock, and that's not going to happen anytime soon or ever. So I don't care. So there's a waste of spot. It's a spit.
It's never going to happen. I'm just going to gargle it. Even though John was like trying to get booed, he was still getting cheered, and Logan Paul was still getting booed. So, like, if you're next to Logan Paul, you will get cheered. And he will get booed. It just happens. It's what's just gonna happen. The tag match is the only way to, I guess, kind of get back to Cody and Cena, which is probably gonna happen night 2 of SummerSlam, if I were to guess. So I don't know. We'll see.
Just so you know, he could rescue an entire hospital full of infant children and baby kitties, and this will still be an anti-Logan Paul podcast. So I don't care how good he is in the ring. I don't care about any of that shit. I just don't fucking like the guy. And it's everything about him, everything he says in interviews, all the bullshit, the fucking stupid theme song, all of it. Just not a fan. Don't like it.
Ditto.
It honestly pisses me off more. Hopefully Cody and Jay. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, because Logan could take the pin there. I think that's my thought process.
And somebody could get cashed in on that night too, so because that's the main event of Money in the Bank.
Mm-hmm.
Internally, it's
Is
the
our
main event of Money in the
we
Bank.
still have one spot left for Money in the Bank, right?
Our truth is no. So the last qualifying match is Phil, Allen, and Chad Gable's second gimmick. So it should be Karrion Kross.
I need Phil to get in, but I really want our truth to win and cash in on John Cena. That would be amazing.
Crazy. That would also be kind of funny.
You know what? Better idea. Put Phil in, let Phil win, and let Phil give the Money in the Bank to Truth and send Truth to cash in. Let's do that.
Do it.
Why is Grande Americana still a fucking thing? If he shows up at World Collides, I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
Well, no, he's not, because Chad Gable's facing Vikingo.
We already talked about one title change on NXT, and now the more depressing one, I guess. I mean, yes and no.
The one that shocked more fucking people.
Yeah, it was actually announced last night on SmackDown that one Stephanie Vakir is officially part of Monday Night Raw. She did get the call up, but she lost to Jacey Jane. Katie, you know why?
Why?
Because Jacey Jane is a fake ass bitch.
The AAA girlies showed up. Lola came out because Lola is going to be her tag partner in the match at Worlds Collide against AAA girlies. Makes the save and fights them both off by herself. So, like, Lola could just take them both out and fight back. Definitely really need to be in the match.
Pop off Lola.
Fallon Henley was out there causing some issues at first, but then after shoving Jasmine down and Jasmine leaving, they both come back and they all get on the same page, and it's too much for Stephanie to handle, and Jacey Jane ends up picking the win.
I told you all, I was folding my laundry, watching this happen, and Jacey pinned Stephanie, and I dropped the shirt I was folding, mouth agape, jaw dropped, flabbergasted. I said, ain't no fucking way.
You know agape and flabbergasted, but you didn't know...
Didn't know what?
Shit, now I can't think of the words. There were two words that she learned.
Because they were... Flabbergasted is a fantastic word. And agape. I know words. Fuck off.
We just went through what that fucking was, too.
Yep, last week.
It'll get to you. It'll come back to you.
It was in something.
Intuitive?
No, it was not. Vince, you were the one that was fucking saying it. It was not intuitive.
I said it last week, right?
Yeah. The most surprising thing I think of all of this was Booker T. He was the most surprised. Booker looked offended.
Mike Rome was hella shook. He said, "Oh, I guess I gotta announce Jay-Z won, huh? That's crazy."
Yeah. No, Booker didn't say shit. Booker, again, mouth agape, just sat there like, what the fuck just happened? And am I going with her? Because that's what everyone wants.
He's not, unfortunately.
He's not.
It's a big fat spit for me. Because here's the thing.
Jordan Grace was right there.
Jordan Grace was right there. Even though now the reports are that she's getting called up to SmackDown, even though that has not been announced. Okay, in the meantime, let her hold the fucking NXT Women's Championship instead of Jacey Jane. They obviously knew that Stephanie was coming up by the time that what was it, Battleground? NXT Battleground. Yeah, because that's how they set up the match. Because Jacey went up to Stephanie Vakir, slapped her, and challenged her for a title match. So they already knew 2 days in advance that this was going to be the case. So you had all that time, and you could have chosen Miss Parker, Lash Legend, Soruka, heck, Lola Vice, like anyone else.
Zarya.
I don't fuck with Zarya that much, so maybe not that much.
What a hater.
She's boring to me. She feels like punk rock natty to me. I don't fucking know. I don't really care. But yeah, again, point still stands. A million times, a million different like options that are better. Heck, even have someone from main roster that isn't getting any screen time, like a Candice LeRae, come down to NXT like they did with Dolph Ziggler, have her be NXT Women's Champion, an accolade that she has yet to receive, mind you, since you're not doing anything with her. So might as well now, but it's
Book her versus Chris Sabian right now.
Yeah, I'm with that. But that's just kind of where I stand. It's like you did it in a random NXT, so if you knew it was happening, just have her lose at the pay-per-view.
Well, it's possible they might not have known until after the pay-per-view ended.
Then how did they record that whole segment with Jacey Jane for the title?
No. What I'm saying is they set up they may have had the title match set up and knew that this was going to happen, but they might not have known that she was getting called up. And then if the plan was for Stephanie to defeat Jacey, because this is also something we've kind of been building towards with the tension and them wanting to go after Stephanie's title. This has been happening for weeks. So this may have always been the plan until they found out that Stephanie was getting called up, and then they had to make that change on the fly.
Mm-hmm.
But Jordynne Grace was right there. And Jordynne Grace is not allowed to go up to the main roster yet because I've not had her one-on-one with Zarya or Lash Legend. And until those two things happen, she is not allowed to get called up.
I mean, there is supposed to still be a draft happening.
Which there's supposed to be a draft. We're having Evolution again, but
to the surprise of everybody,
can feature women from all over the place. It doesn't just have to be Raw and SmackDown. So like the rosters on the main roster aren't so thin that we need to call all of these women up right now. Like,
yeah, and then also, even if they just found out, like, again, giving them all the grace of God you can give them. Maybe they just found out the millisecond those girls were going out for their match. You trying to tell me that they haven't done it in the past where the NXT champion, North American women's, whatever, they send main roster talent down to NXT all the time to win NXT titles. You're trying to tell me that you can't build up a big time match against someone else that isn't Jacey Jane, even though she's on the main roster. She could have been on Raw, qualified for Money in the Bank, do something at Worlds Collide, or like add another show. Like, you trying to tell me that this is the best option you had? Maybe Sean was busy polishing off DJ Paul's like fucking Triple H's his Peacemaker and couldn't think of a proper booking decision to do something here because Jacey Jane was the worst thing you could do.
2 words: transitional champion. That's all Jacey's gonna be. Until a Lash, until a Zarya, until a possible Jordynne Grace. Jordynne may say, fuck it, I want to stay down here a little longer. Who knows? It doesn't matter. We have weird... You brought up Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler winning the NXT title in a random triple threat that came out of basically fucking nowhere also happened. Exactly. And he held it for like a month, maybe 2.
Listen.
It's going to be the same thing with Jacey. I mean... As much as we don't like Jacey has busted her ass for 5 years in NXT.
I agree with that point. However, unfortunately, she has been the 3rd best woman in 2 factions. Both factions.
And this is her time to be the best one.
She is faction. Fetch. Stop trying to make Fetch happen, Shawn Michaels.
I honestly would have been happier with Fallon getting the spot than Jacey.
But Fallon's already had it.
She's not the North American.
She's had a title.
Yeah, exactly.
Jacey hasn't held a single title.
She has more credibility than Jacey. She's not a good wrestler in ring. She's decent. She's okay. She's serviceable.
The other people, it's fine. Listen, I don't defend Jacey ever, but like, yeah, it's shocking, but let's give her something.
Vince Spit, what about you?
I'll gargle it because it was just very unexpected.
I was hoping for a spite swallow. You were like, I was going to gargle, but fuck it. After all this, I'm swallowing. That's what I was hoping for, but it's okay.
No, fine. Fuck it. I'll swallow.
There we go. And then I'm going to gargle, and we'll just keep it on the fence. You know, 1 spit, 1 swallow, 1 gargle. Just because I need to see how this plays out and where this goes.
Oh my God, there he is. Jesus Christ. Hi, Toni.
I don't fucking trust Luca. His story isn't lining up. Man said that he got left in the desert by Stax. I remember watching the segment, and I'm pretty sure 2 cars were there. Stax was there, and Luca met him there. They didn't ride together to that desert. He didn't get left in that desert. So don't tell me he left you in that desert. Yes?
He said that he got in the car with Stax and they drove a little bit and then Stax left him. That's what Luke said.
No, I don't believe
I'm
that.
not defending him. That's what he said.
I don't believe that. No, your car was there. You could have gotten. How far the fuck did you drive?
I don't know. I wasn't in the
I
car.
need details. So I don't trust Luca. Tony made a lot of fantastic points about Luca just standing there with a dildo up his ass, not saying anything, looking dumbfounded. Listen, Luca's a bad guy right now, Katie, so I just need you to be on my side about the dildo up his ass.
No.
This whole thing smells fishy. Yeah, no. I'm not. We're not giving you grace because we've already been hurt once. We're not being hurt again.
I mean, I want to trust Luca. I really do. But, like, it's suspicious. Which, as you know, is the worst type of suspicious. It's suspicious.
It is the worst suspicious. That is for sure.
I don't trust Luca. I don't even know if I can trust anybody if I'm Tony D'Angelo, to be honest with you. Rizzo, I want to trust Rizzo, but I have doubts about Rizzo now too.
We can't trust anybody. We can't even trust the fucking impractical jokers.
No, nobody. I don't care. If I'm Tony D, I keep my head on the swivel.
You know who you can trust, Tony? I told you, we don't trust those motherfucking New Yorkers. Pittsburgh is up for question.
Luca is.
It's the Chicago Italians. Tony, I got you.
How do you even trust me?
I don't know, man. We can't trust Britt either. Like, look at what happened at well. So you might be the exception. You might
also from Pennsylvania, so
you might be the exception to the rule.
She's not Italian. That's not what we're talking about.
Okay, all right.
Where do I want to? Let's talk some AEW. So the Dick Riders and some kid defeated Willow, a redneck, and a Canadian redneck in a 6-man tag match.
We're not doing this again. Continue.
Which one are we not doing? The fact that I called them the Dick Riders, the fact that I said some kid instead of Gabe Kid, or the Canadian redneck?
The Canadian redneck. No, Gabe Kid can go fuck right off and kick rocks.
Okay.
Spitting on Willow twice, go to hell.
Yep. With you. Dick Riders, we're good with that?
I mean, that's kind of true. So
yeah, okay.
At least for one of them.
It's just the dude with the mullet and bare feet from Canada that you're not
he's not a redneck.
We don't know that.
He is a redneck. AJ
And how do you know?
Because we got it confirmed by a Canadian. They are Canadian rednecks.
No, we got to confirm that Canadian rednecks exist, not that Speedball was one. We were just saying if you have a mullet and you walk around barefoot and you name yourself after drugs, you might be a redneck.
But dresses like he's the Karate Kid. Okay.
Because he's a fucking
karate obsessed rednecks.
Yes.
Rednecks love karate.
Making more cases that he's a Canadian redneck.
I'm not bullshitting you, Katie. Like, you're laughing, but this is like rednecks love doing karate in their trailers.
Agreed.
How do you know this? How many rednecks have you seen doing karate in your trailers?
Do you really want to know? Because I lived in an area where I was very familiar with quite a few rednecks for a couple years.
And did you witness them doing karate in their trailers?
Back from Always Sunny.
I've never seen that show.
I've never seen it either, but I'm going to go with the Mexican 99. I'm sticking with my people.
90-90, not 90.
90-90. Yeah.
Vince doesn't know read.
I'm dyslexic.
Okay. Question for my fellow AEW watcher, because I learned something.
So it's me. Okay, got it.
Yeah. The fuck is the frat house?
Yes. I actually didn't know this either. That is a
stupid.
I believe stupid, yes. I believe that is mainly like a collision Ring of Honor type thing.
So it's 10.
Yes. Press 10 Vance.
Who the fuck is Griff Garrison?
Which I still love that meme, yes.
And then a slew of other people. I have no idea who the fuck. Who was the jacked up mouthpiece asshole? Fucking wannabe alpha male that got involved in the match. No idea who that is. Why is he running the show?
Well, a lot of so I don't know who that guy is, but like the 3 guys who ate power bombs from Powerhouse Hobbs, or Spinebusters, my bad.
And that actually was the whole crew. Everyone got a spine buster, and it was fantastic. That was the best part of the match. You get a spine buster, and you get a spine buster, and you get a spine buster.
But like the 3 who weren't in the actual match, and again excluding the mouthpiece, they're all from the promotion that Savannah works with.
Oh, okay.
So Savannah knew all of them.
Well, that's cool for Savannah.
Yeah, and because she was there, so she got to. She was like right behind the timekeeper. So
my favorite Joe that's Samoa Joe, also did not look amused at all during their opening promo. He was like, "What the fuck
give
is
it a
this?
Shibata.
Why are we doing this? And why am I here?" But yeah, swallow just for the lack of amusement by Ciabatta Bread and Samoa Joe, and then Powerhouse Hobbs going on a spine buster spree because that was fun.
Powerhouse Hobbs is goated.
Since Vince is indisposed, I guess. Did you enjoy the main event face off between Mercedes and Toni?
No, because I don't like Mercedes.
Well, see, and for me, it wasn't even that like I don't like Mercedes, because I don't have an issue with Mercedes. I didn't have an issue with Sasha. I will say I don't like her mic work. And this was a lot of her mic
garbage from the jump.
Exactly. I don't like her mic work. Toni didn't really give me anything here that I was like, okay, at least this is good. Because like Cody gave me polishing his Peacemaker when I had to listen to John Cena put over Logan Paul, which was almost insufferable. But I got that, right? Toni didn't give me, there was no like my tits or my big fat ass or any of that. To be like, okay, I'm in the Toni thing. Like
the only thing was like, she said something along the lines of, "You call yourself the greatest of all time, but I'm timeless," or something along those lines. Very Toni-esque. But I love that she's making every feud gay.
Yeah,
I like that. It's almost Pride Month,
baby. Gay, Katie?
Kissed Mercedes' hand, was like sniffing her seductively. It's all gay. Also, Mercedes should stop saying darling like that, because it's no thank you. That's Toni's thing. Please stop.
The inflection that she puts on everything is not pleasing to the ear.
I don't like it. I haven't liked it. And I just and I said it on She Elite, we don't need belt collector gimmicks in 2025. We really don't.
So Kate and I were watching, I want to say it was NXT and AEW, and she was watching them with me. And who was on the screen? Oh, Jada Parker was on NXT. Let's talk about that for a second. Tatum lost to Jada. Thea then came out and jumped Jada after the match. Solanzaria offered to be Tatum's friend while the cucking watched from a distance.
Yeah.
But Kate saw Jada, and I think this is like the first time she's like paid attention when Jada's on the screen. She's like, "Damn!" And I'm like, "Yeah, like you remember Friday? Hey, Miss Park." Like that's what we do. And then we were watching AEW. Well, first and foremost, now, so we're spitting Mercedes.
Yes.
Tatum, sad, cry Tatum, losing to Jada Parker, but Solanzaria maybe being her friend. But Solanzaria maybe being her friend.
I hope they're her friend. I hope they adopt her.
Thea getting her lick back on Jada, spit or swallow.
All those swallow. Like Tatum is so damn good with the acting. Give her the awards, folks, please.
So we roll from that over, and then I'm like, all right, well, if you were impressed by Jada, hey, check out Anna Jay, because for a white girl, goddamn. And she's like, yeah, it's not the same. And I agree, it's not. It's not the same. I was just giving her props for, being her. I was like, Harley's the boobs and Anna's the butt. Like that's how
Harley's the tits.
Harley's the tits. Anna's the ass. But Anna Jay and Harley lose to Megan Bain and Penelope Ford. Poor Harley spitting up blood at the end of the match.
I
Anna
think
Jay
they
also
both
got
messed
fucked
up their
up.
noses, didn't they?
Anna Jay got fucked up.
I also saw something that Harley might have potentially got injured at Double or Nothing in their match during the buy-in, so this was a way to like write her off. But like, ain't no way, because she smacked the shit out them steps. Her nose was broken for sure. And Anna kind of just like
write her off TV. You need to have her stay on TV. Like, do what you do with Chelsea. Put her in a fucking face mask. Protect that nose, but protect your product, because your product is not going to be as entertaining without Harley Cameron on it.
Yeah, and Anna just like landed wrong on like the chair on her face. So
Rough day.
which accidents happen. It's a no DQ match. It's all right.
Rough day for T and A.
Yes.
A lot of nose
It's
injuries.
still a fun match.
Yeah.
Well, I'm swallowed the match. Megan Bain is very impressive. Penelope Ford existed. And I love Harley and Anna together. So
They look good. They look good.
speaking of, sorry, were you gonna say something about? Did you watch Dynamite?
Yeah, for the most part, here and there. I mostly tuned in for the main event segment, and then I watched the rest of the show.
Well, we spit that. How do you feel about that main event segment?
I already know where I'm gonna what kind of reaction I'm gonna get, but I'm gonna swallow that whole main event segment. I understand that maybe people aren't really too like in the Mercedes Mone train, but that's the biggest match they can do in that women's division at this point in time.
I agree with that,
and I'm here for it. I thought they didn't overstay their welcome in that segment. They did everything they needed to do to build up that match, and you had more of Toni being Toni.
See, and that's where I disagree with everything you said, because Mercedes is still awful at promos, and there was nothing that Toni gave me that was what I have enjoyed about Toni promos with other women. Yes,
I remembered something else she said. Something about, again, I don't, this was like 4 days ago. How the Monet train has to go through the Toni tunnel, and there's a lot of innuendos.
Yeah.
In that type of region, so
it's like, and then just talk about how if it's going to be thick enough to get through the Toni tunnel or something like that, yada yada. I'm just for it because I know these women are friends. I know they respect each other as talents, and I know they're going to put on probably the best match that whole weekend. If Hangman Adam Page doesn't win the AEW title from Jon Moxley, then I think this should main event, because then we're going to have the same situation where it was Swerve versus Jon Moxley, and then it was just like a letdown at the end of that show when they had Papa Christian cash in his Money in the Bank and lost.
All right. Let me say this. We'll talk about Swerve, Hangman, and that whole thing here in a second. But before we get there, a couple things. I agree with you about the match. I don't like that they said that they have to put on the greatest women's match of all time, because this is giving Edge and Randy Orton, and all that does is disappoint. So good luck with that. Probably shouldn't have said that shit. But you said if Hangman doesn't beat Mox, I am going to say this right now, here and now. If Darby Allin is the one to beat Jon Moxley, I will never watch AEW again, nor will we be covering it on this show. If Darby Allin defeats Jon Moxley for the title, I am writing AEW off.
Completely. How can you?
Women, so
Huh?
I will still talk about the women. So
I mean, you got a whole show you can do that on, but AEW is getting banned from Smackin' Raw.
Ew.
If Darby
Allin makes it down the mountain,
which again points for me if he doesn't. So
stop it.
So either way, it's a win-win for Matt. But I will say, how do you have Hangman Page cut the promo he cuts and just sit there and be like, "Yeah, Darby still is going to be our guy"? Like, this man chose to climb Mount Everest instead of winning the world title. How can I trust you to be my world champion? Like, you chose a fucking mountain and possibly death over being the top champion in the promotion. Your decision making skills are piss poor at best. I can't trust them.
We learned that Swerve and Hangman still hate each other.
Yep.
I don't think there was any
Okay.
doubt there, but in case you were wondering,
He's
William Billy Boy came out to play Peacemaker, not
that
to polish
Peacemaker.
not to polish his Peacemaker, to play Peacemaker. But says the stakes were no higher than they were on Sunday, and I disagree. I mean, there was arson and attempted murder here. I believe that the stakes have been higher before. So you and Hangman fighting for the soul of AEW, or which one is going to defend the soul of AEW versus burnt down Swerve's childhood home that he purchased and attempted murder. Not the same. But that's just me. Ospreay's like, let's be friends and work together, and Swerve slaps the mic out of his hand because if you ask Swerve, it's fuck Hangman, and if you ask Hangman, it's fuck Swerve. I think Ospreay's essentially going to have to sacrifice himself to the Dick Riders for these two to come together and get on the same page.
For the greater good, yeah.
He's going to have to take those Dick Riders.
All by himself.
Yeah, how many are they right now? It's
Pac is out, so it's Mox, Claudio, Marina, and Yuta.
So
Gabe Kidd,
kind of, and kind of also the EVPs.
Yeah, maybe the Bucks.
So
can Will Ospreay handle 7 men at the same time? Well, six men and Marina.
Nickelback is possibly out for a little bit, so
okay. So maybe 5 men in Marina at the same time.
Men in Marina.
Marina's more of a man than most men, so you got to give her props.
We didn't talk about it. Willow speared the shit out of everybody. I want Willow to be the one to pin Jon Moxley for the world title, but they won't give me that.
You got very distracted by me talking about him being a Canadian redneck to mention Willow spearing the shit out of everybody.
Yeah.
You need to get your priorities in order. Talk about Willow, forget about Canadian redneck, and defending his honor.
Willow Nightingale.
I know you will. And I don't blame you. She's big, black, and jacked. I saw the shirt.
I love that. I love it. Like, just, good for them, honestly. That's my favorite.
Are we swallowing Hangman, Swerve, and Billy? Opening segment?
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah, I'll swallow it.
Cool.
Like, it has to be Hangman, right? Like,
that's what we say, but this is Tony Khan booking things, so he might wait.
Okay, yes, but this is also the man that changed a woman's theme by the end of her match because people were bitching and complaining online.
Yeah.
So it is very possible and plausible that he has seen as I have, if Hangman loses and they give it to Darby, the biggest waste of time, etc., etc., etc. I think if you try and put the world title on Darby, that is the dumbest decision you can make. Because nobody cares about Darby anymore. They did in the beginning, maybe. And then he's been off TV for how long? And he hasn't done anything.
You could argue that people only cared about Darby is because he was Sting's son on TV. So maybe that's the only reason they even cared about him. After the initial, oh, holy shit, this is a dude that just does crazy shit. I agree. Like, if they don't put the title on Hangman, it better be fucking Willow, because if it's Darby Allin, I'm with Matt. Let's boycott AEW. I don't need a reason to watch them. I don't want to cover them.
You barely watch as it is.
Speaking of sons,
okay.
Slutty Mysterio gets caught checking out Roxanne as Liv returns. Apparently, he does not have the iPhone track app. You know, Find My
Friends.
Yeah, on his iPhone to let him know that Liv was back in town. Raquel had to let him know, and he got caught with someone else's chicken nuggets, and Liv did not seem too happy about it.
Fucking Raquel, chismosa.
Also, Roxanne was polishing his title, not his Peacemaker.
Rubbing his shoulder.
And Raquel's out here snitching, dude.
Chismosa. Chismosa.
Liv says she has some interesting things to address, but first she's going to get herself a qualifying match. They also stop to fuck with Io and talk shit. And then Io makes a challenge for Kyrie versus Liv. Liv loses to Kyrie after Raquel and Roxanne argue, distracting Liv, costing her the match.
Again, I think Liv Morgan was on the right track here. It's Raquel's fault. What was happening? She was getting set up for a top rope attack by Kairi Sane, most likely the insane elbow. Roxanne Perez came in and attacked and came to Liv's aid, helping Liv get the upper hand. What the fuck happened here? Raquel's like, there's not enough space for 2 Mexican women in here. I'm the only Mexican Latina can be in this group. Get the fuck out of here. Liv gets distracted, gets beat by Kairi Sane. Shout out to Kairi Sane getting that win. But this literally is just another Mexican woman being territorial about another Mexican woman showing up. Commonplace. I see it all the fucking time. If we're gonna replace Raquel, let's give me Roxanne Perez. Hopefully that's where this leads, and it's just Raquel getting replaced by Roxanne. That's what I want.
All right. Are we swallowing the Liv stuff?
I'm gonna swallow Coyote getting a win. The Judgment Day has been over for so long, I just don't care anymore. Just kick out Liv, kick out Finn, and just be over with it. Like, I'm done.
I'm glad you said that, because Finn is on some bullshit and clearly not in a position to where we care about him enough to even qualify for Money in the Bank, seeing as Sammy and Finn lost to Seth Rollins, who is here with Braun and Bronson, the Bronze. Oh yeah, that's right.
Who let the dogs out?
How dare you?
To save the WWE, because Bronson has hurt Seth more than any man or 2 men at the same time ever could, including Punk and Roman. Punk took exception to that and decided to show Seth how much he could hurt him after he qualified by dropping his bitch ass after the match. But yeah, no, Finn not qualified for Money in the Bank.
Well, do you know why? Because Slutty Mysterio decided to come out and help Finn by sliding a chair in the middle of the ring. Oh, doesn't that seem familiar? Didn't he do that during a certain match with Liv and Rhea? Slutty Mysterio went slick.
Listen, we all saw the facial expressions that Finn was having in all those all those Judgment Day segments. Dom is not dumb. He's a little bit slicker than we give him credit for. It's all that ranch he's got. Just goes down easy. But I love the segments. I think they're funny. I think they're entertaining. I'm here for it. If they're going to add Roxanne Perez, I think that's perfect. Or maybe this leads to Roxanne and Finn taking on Liv and Dom. I don't know where they're going, and I like it. This is the first interesting thing they've done with Judgment Day in like a hot minute. And shout out to Carlito, just going up to Dominic Mysterio's like, bro, you got to stop trying to eat her chicken nuggets, man. That should pop me. I fucking love Carlito. He comes in with the zingers, the one-liners towards the end. Disappointed that Finn's not in there, but I think it's perfect that Roxanne Perez. I like Finn. It's okay. Seth Rollins makes more sense. Seth Rollins is the better choice. Overall, everything gets a swallow for me, though.
Remember when Finn almost died in a Money in the Bank match? I do. Maybe he doesn't want to be in one anymore.
Wait, what? Wait, when did he almost die? I don't remember.
Bro, when it was him and Andrade, and it was like a sunset powerbomb on a ladder, and Finn took it
poorly.
Yeah.
I remember now.
So maybe Finn said, "I don't want to be in one anymore. I don't want to do this." Maybe Finn made the executive decision not be in the match.
Also, the other person that lost the match was told prior to the match by Karrion Kross that he couldn't fucking win, and he's like, "I'm gonna go prove you wrong," and he did not. Poor Sammy.
Like Karrion should be in the match on Monday, but whatever.
You know what feels weird to me?
Wow.
The fact that Michael Cole listens to Waka Flocka Flame.
Listen, Michael Cole's into the rap game. We've been new for.
It's weird. It's weird. I don't like it. I don't know why. New Day defeated War Raiders and the Creeds. I don't know what the fuck the New Day's gear was. People were saying Giant Gonzalez, maybe Sasquatch, Bigfoot. I don't know. Maybe something anime that I'm unfamiliar with.
Yeah,
I was not a fan.
It was an
Was
anime.
not a fan.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
I'll try
I
to
didn't
find
like
it.
their gear, and I didn't like Michael Cole saying he listened to Waka Flocka and dropping Waka Flocka Flame songs.
I love that Michael Cole's just like, yeah, I listen to rap. And he like Loki flexes every time he tries. It's very funny to me.
Our girl Lyra said, fuck Becky. Beat her twice. Last time with my eyes closed, bitch.
Yeah.
Becky wants a hand job from Lyra when she wins.
I don't think that's what she said. She wanted her hand raised.
Yeah, hand job.
Nope, different things.
Are they?
Different thing. Yeah, they're different.
Could just be metaphor for something, innuendo for something.
They're different.
It could be the female equivalent of polishing his piece.
She wants her to raise her hand.
Yeah.
And do the job. A hand job.
Exactly. I agree with Matt. It could be that. What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. I'm okay with that.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying that's not what this is.
Open to interpretation.
May or may not be a hand job.
Yeah, exactly. We may or may not be sure.
I'm swallowing Lyra. Listen, Lyra, I don't know. She has like turned a fucking corner in her promo game ever since she started doing this thing with Becky. I said for all that everyone hates about Becky Lynch, this is what Lyra needed, and Lyra is out here fucking proving it, and I love it. So swallow Lyra all day.
Big swallow here too. Lyra has always been good in ring. She's never had an issue on that end of things. It was cutting the promo, the character stuff, but I would argue and say that she just didn't have anything good to do in terms of character and story until the Becky stuff. So she just needed a good material for her to go ahead and put on good content. I don't think she
material girl.
The Mexican 9090. Lyra makes me question my fruitiness. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. I understand. It's understandable.
It's almost Pride Month.
Yeah. Technically it is. It's June 1st.
No. It's not.
It's May 31st.
It's May 31st.
Oh, snap. It's okay.
30 days has September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31, say February, that only has 28, except on a leap year, that has 29. Because we learn things here, kids.
Or you could just do like the knuckle thing.
What knuckle thing? Is that another innuendo?
No, it's like you count the months on your knuckle, so every like actual knuckle has 31 days and the in-betweens don't.
Okay.
It's like you start with the knuckle January and then February, yeah.
Vikingo knuckled up to Chad Gable. Cost him the Money in the Bank qualifier. Penta won, Penta qualified, and I think all of this made Vince happy. Penta qualifying for Money in the Bank, Vikingo kicking Chad in the face. All good things. Poor Dragon Lee did not factor into any of this, but he was out there. He got to have a match.
Listen, I didn't hate the match. I like the results. I'm happy about it. Can we just stop the Grande Americano stuff? Like, and just don't bring it up on Worlds Collide. I don't want to see it there. The best thing about this is that WWE accidentally spoiled the results of 2 nights of match between Alberto Del Rio versus El Hijo de Vikingo for the AAA Mega Championship, because they said that Chad Gable match at Worlds Collide was going to be for the AAA Mega title, alluding to the fact that Del Rio was going to lose his pre-tape match, which I thought was hilarious. I thought that was the best thing that happened out of the whole segment. So, of course, it gets a huge swallow.
It's fuck Alberto Del Rio all day, every day, twice on Sundays.
Speaking of mass wrestlers, Sheamus showed up to get in Rusev's face after he beat the fuck out of Tozawa.
I'm down with a Sheamus Rusev match. Let's go.
We've been there before, but we can go there again.
We can go there again. This is a different Rusev.
I'm for it. I'm with it. It gives us a reason to have Sheamus out on our television screen, so that's never a bad thing. So it's going to get a swallow. I want Wade Barrett on commentary for this match. Someone tagged him or mentioned him on Twitter saying it's like, oh, League of Nations reunion or whatever, and then he just responded with like that puppet gif that's throwing up all over the place. So I guess he's not a fan. But
he's
I would
not a fan.
I'm just gonna assume that he's not a fan because he thinks the Real's gonna have to be involved. But it'll just be the three of them. We'll just cut them out of history, just like WWE cuts out a lot of people out of history. So we'll just do that.
Well, hey, listen. Over on SmackDown in our main event, we had Jacob Fatu versus Andrade versus Mello for a Money in the Bank qualifier, and I was pleasantly surprised at the winner of this match. We are, all about the Mexicans this week qualifying for Money in the Bank.
Not only that, SmackDown is probably going to be my favorite show of the week just because all the Latinos that were in the match, they won their fucking matches. For the first time in what feels like 10 years, Legado de Fantasma, a.k.a. Los Garza, a.k.a. the Werewolves, a.k.a. whatever, they won their tag match. They won their tag match. And then Selena won her match. And then Andrade won his match.
He's just going through everything.
I know. And we're not even to most of that, so thank you for spoiling. But as dubbed by R-Truth, the big boned line, bumping R-Truth, he wants to teach Solo's big kid Jeff Cobb a lesson.
His big husky son.
Unfortunately, Truth gets a tour of the islands instead, which means I guess he got taught geography. Jimmy then makes the save and gets DP'd, which led to the main event later in the night because Jimmy came back out after getting DP'd by Solo and Jeff Cobb and said, fuck you guys, and took them out. Well, he took out Jeff Cobb, and then Jacob got bumped into Solo because Solo was up on the apron yelling, telling Jacob to do another moonsault after Jacob had the match won. And then Jeff Cobb got up and said, listen to Solo. And it was a whole fucking thing. And Solo told them both to go get fucked after the fact because he
Solo did his little dance, his little leg dance.
Solo did not want Jacob in the Money in the Bank because Solo's in the Money in the Bank, and he did not want to have to compete against Jacob, which then led to Andrade getting in. So fuck yeah, Andrade, baby.
So I almost forgot to mention that. I'm also giving a swallow because another Latino one, Juan Carlos Mateo. I don't know who the fuck this Jeff Cobb is, but that's Juan Carlos Mateo. He's been showing up with a thick.
He's Hawaiian.
No, he's Filipino.
He's Hawaiian.
He's Filipino. They're Mexican adjacent. Conquered by the same people. He was showing up to WWE programming with the thickest Mexican mustache I've seen in 3 weeks.
Hawaii.
That man is Mexican. I'm adopting him. I'm drafting him. He's another Latino. I'm claiming him. Yeah, I'm claiming him.
Waikiki. Listen, the people being billed from places ain't shit. Adam Cole's billed from Panama. That bitch is from Lancaster, PA. I don't want to hear it. They lie.
Exactly. So we don't know that he's not from Mexico.
No, he's from Hawaii.
He's from land.
He's a Filipino that was born in Hawaii. We don't know we have not gone to Ancestry.com. We have not proved that he's not Latino. So until he's proven not Latino,
he was born Latino. In the waters of Hawaii.
And he could have arrived in a raft from Mexico. You know,
he could have. But he's in Hawaii. That's where he's built from. That's what we're going with. Let's finish up Dynamite because I already finished up Raw. Hayter gets jumped by the debuting Thekla, and the production truck fucks up Thekla. Fucked it up. They fucked it up.
They're not good at point of view angles.
They, for whatever reason, no one told them, hey, she's going to show up in the ring after lights go out, and they panned to the entranceway, and she wasn't there. And then when we came back, she was picking up Jamie Hayter, who she had already knocked down. Mm-hmm. But she did do that cool little, like, robotic flippy leg thing.
Hurt my back looking at it.
Yeah. I'll swallow debuting Thekla.
Thekla, yeah, she looked cool. Sure, I swallow.
Yeah,
even though they fucked it up. Which, like, that's their bread and butter. How do you fuck that up?
Yeah. I'll swallow it. Why not?
And then a match that ended in DQ and almost cost Adam Cole his life. Kyle Fletcher versus Adam Cole. Kyle Fletcher missed the apron and bounced poor Adam's watermelon head right off the hardest part of the ring, Kyle.
Especially when Adam Cole has a history of head issues. Maybe let's not do that. Or maybe like do it better and not almost end his life.
We also had so Josh Alexander caused a DQ because Adam Cole was about to win, and then Brody ran down, but only because he had to beat up Josh Alexander in the next match, not because he gave a fuck about Adam Cole. I don't know where. I mean, but where was Shitty Little Boots and
Cool Kyle?
No, we don't. No, he never been Cool Kyle.
Want to be Cool Kyle?
I don't know. I know they had a match on Collision tonight. I don't know where they were during this though.
Apparently, not being good friends.
That's why Brody King's a good friend.
God damn it! Come back to WWE, Adam. They're not treating you well over there.
Also, Fighter Fest Dynamite next week is 4 hours. In case anybody was wondering.
I'm not watching that.
I'm watching. I got nothing else to do on Wednesday night.
Speaking of people getting fucked up, Jasper Troy destroyed poor Dante Chen. I forgot Dante Chen even still had a job. I'm not even sure how all those people got released and Dante Chen held on to his job, but he did. He got fucked up, and then Oba's impressed, but Jasper's 5 seconds are pretty much over. So,
yeah, I mean, it's a good real debut for him, I guess. Besides him just attacking Oba real quick.
What's his name again? Jasper what? Troy?
Jasper Troy.
Yeah, I don't care about him. I'm not behind them yet. Maybe it's because I didn't watch WWE Let's Fucking Go, and I don't get him. But he just kind of feels like some random dude that decided to create his wrestler in WWE 2K and just gave himself some genes and what have you. He's not very impressive. Nothing about him really attracts me. So
he showed up and dropped Oba night 1 on NXT. So there's
that.
So it's Oba fucking Femi. That's not an easy man to show up and drop.
So you're big deal. Okay. So was Mike Knox and Gene Snitsky. You're trying to tell me I should care about you? Show me something.
You should care about me. I'm big. Care about me. I'm big boned.
You're big boned, but you're not
care about me
that tall. You were my eye level. But yeah, I just don't care about Jasper Troy or whatever. Get a better name, get a better gear, cut a better promo. Maybe I'll care.
That's crazy. Vince's beef with this guy is insane.
They're making them seem like he's a big deal. Like I should care. You can't tell me to care about someone just by telling me, oh, he's a big deal, you should care. No, give me a reason why I should care. They have yet to do that.
Do you care about the man facing Trick Williams for the TNA Championship, as per Santino Marella? The man who took on Tavian Heights on NXT, one Michael Santana.
I may not be a Boricua from the Bronx, but I support them. I'm with it.
He's proud and powerful.
Listen. There's a lot of great things about Mike Santana that I fuck with. He's just very cool. He's a very cool dude.
Santana got to do his NXT debut, defeating Tavion Heights, and then Trick is talking shit. Yep. Trick was talking shit. Santana comes to tell Trick that he isn't going to let him talk trash about TNA after all the hard work that all the people put in to build up TNA, even though he's been there for 6 months, if that.
Hey, if you're counting his stint, because he originally debuted. I am. That goes into someone's history.
I know. I was being an asshole. I was joking.
Hey, you can't. It's okay. I'm over here was coming for Jasper Troy, so it's what we do on this show. We come for people. We don't hurt people. We come for people. I like.
Katie hurts people.
She didn't hurt me when she was in Chicago. She had a chance.
You bring this up every time. Next time I'm in Chicago, you're gonna get smacked.
All right. So Trick said that Santana isn't the champ, so he doesn't get to call the shots. And Santana said that Trick is fake from his high heels to his championship belt. The title is on the line next week against Santana, as per Santino Marella. And then Trick goes for a cheap shot and gets dropped. Did not work out. Maybe he's tripped on those high heels. Who knows?
He looked like a chocolate milk cow. That's what he looked like. I wasn't a fan.
He looked like, oh yeah, a chocolate milk cow. Yeah, I don't know what was with that gear. That was not.
I'm swallowing it. Unfortunately, I'm very hesitant to think that Trick is going to drop that TNA title to Santana on NXT TV. It might not happen until Slammiversary or Bound for Glory or whatever. It's the nice big.
Yeah, no, build that shit.
Bound for Glory.
But
no, shenanigans are going to ensue.
Yeah, shenanigans are going to be there. But I do like Santana being the guy to get that title off of Trick Williams. I think it's cool. I'm with it. But that was another thing that we didn't think about that happened over the weekend. We talked about it on last week's show. But that's another thing on NXT programming that happened. I didn't think Trick Williams was going to win that TNA title. Like, there's a lot of shit happening on NXT. You just don't believe in Joe Henry, and that was just your hate. And I appreciate it. I approve it. It's okay.
It just made the most sense.
Yeah.
What else makes the most sense is the man that challenged and lost Obafemi at Battleground walking up to the No Quarter Catch crew and being like, listen, I don't really want to be here anymore. And old Charles in Charge was like, no, I don't think that's going to work for me. And Miles is like, I didn't hear what you said, but I have an idea. How's about we have a match, and if I win the match, you let me go. Plan? Sound good? So we're going to get Miles versus Charles in Charge. And if Miles wins, he's out of the No Quarter Catch crew.
In a rounds match.
In a rounds match.
I'll say this. I don't think it's a coincidence that Miles Bourne, like, stepping up and having just a little bit more cojones and bass in his voice correlates with the timeline of him being an item with one as Stephanie Vaquer. She changes a man. I think
and like drafted to
listen. That got released, that got correlated, and then now all of a sudden Miles Bourne, it's like, you know what? I'm a man now. Like it changes you. Like once you've been with Stephanie Vaquer, it changes you as a man. You want to be the best man possible. I think that's what's happening. Like he decided. Listen, I know things. I've seen things. I'm making speculations. It's okay. If Dave Meltzer can do it, I can fucking do it.
But is Miles Bourne now going to be part of the Mexican delegation via draft? Is the question.
Listen, yeah.
You drafted Finn because he had a Hispanic wife.
He also speaks Spanish.
Miles can't hear Spanish to speak it. That's not fair. That's not on him.
He can't hear any language.
Stop. He can hear a little.
That's okay. It's okay. Most Mexicans can't hear anyways, so it's all right. If he's on the board, I'm just saying he may not be Mexican, but he can still be Chileno. Still in the category. I'm drafting for everybody.
I was going to say it's pretty much the Hispanic delegation at this point, but
Latino, not Hispanic.
Latino.
All
we got left is SmackDown, guys. So Brocan Belair in her hometown gets ambushed by Naomi with the red hair, looking for forgiveness. But Trinity is more than a little crazy. She broke into Bianca's parents' home, looked at all of her pictures, went through her photo album, and then after Bianca's like, I never do that again. No forgiveness, no friendship, and the fuck is wrong with you? Naomi's like, listen, it really wouldn't be good for you if you and your mom ended up in a wheelchair together, which is insane. Jade then comes out. And she would hate for something to happen to her right now, but nothing happened right now, even though she had a broke hand, because Jade showed up for the triple threat women's qualifier that was Jade Cargill and Naomi and Nia Jax, because Nia also came down. Naomi qualified for the Money in the Bank, which, listen, Naomi has always been a standout in the women's Money in the Bank. She is a staple of the women's Money in the Bank. She needed to be in this. Also, she threatened to put Bianca in a wheelchair next to her mom, and that earned her a spot without going through the match. So,
listen, it was a rough to get that pin on Nia. Miscalculation, miscommunication, something. But they got to the finish line. God damn it! The right person won that qualifier match, and I want Naomi to be the one to win Money in the Bank. I think she's the best option to win Money in the Bank. Yes, Mommy in the Bank has a nice ring to it, and I'd love to give Rhea everything in this world and then some. However, she doesn't need the Money in the Bank briefcase. And then Roxanne Perez would be an interesting option, especially if no one else in Judgment Day is at the pay-per-view. She's the only quote-unquote representation, even though she's not part of the group. Would be interesting, but Naomi would be the best option to be Miss Money in the Bank, and she deserves it. She's earned it. Fucking give it to Naomi. Give everything to Naomi.
I don't disagree with him. What about you, Katie?
Naomi admitting to a felony on live TV is crazy. It's giving Ali Larder and Obsessed. Naomi's acting is incredible. I still want to know, like, Jade was staring down Bianca a little too hard, so like I still think we're gonna revisit this after Money in the Bank. The match between the three of them, a little rough. It happens. It's okay. Little things here and there. I mean, all three women are incredible, so like it's okay. Bad matches happen to the best of us. Yeah, like based off of everyone, like Naomi is the only one who isn't like quote unquote like distracted, like going into Money in the Bank. Like she's
obsessed but not distracted.
She's obsessed with Bianca, but like aren't we all? But like she's insane, but she's focused on winning Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
But I don't know, she gives me AJ Lee vibes right now, and I'm digging it.
Tiffany also got a little big for her britches and basically said anyone who wins Money in the Bank better not come for me. And Naomi and Alexa Bliss were like, bitch, you sure about that?
Mm-hmm.
Naomi specifically said, I'm coming for you. And I'm taking that title. And Alexa just gave her the look.
And the points that Naomi made were fantastic. Every single time I was coming for that title, you were in my way, getting in my way, always interfering. So that's exactly what the fuck I'm doing. I'm coming for you. I like that. I like Naomi.
Fine. Yeah, swallow all around for everything, Naomi, and all of that. Vince mentioned it earlier. Zelina got the win over Alba Fire. So Chelsea wanted to see Zelina stripped naked. Nick Aldis said we can't do that on TV. Not going to happen. She also wanted to be given the title because of what happened to her face. Nick also refused to do that, but he did give Alba Fire the match against Zelina. That Zelina won.
Yeah.
And Chelsea lost her bedazzled face mask.
For gay face mask?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just in time.
Okay.
Yeah. And then she hit Piper Niven with it, man. She sold it like a champ. Fucking Piper's so fantastic.
Piper's great.
And then after the match, Julia got in Zelina's face.
Oh my god. That was such a great thing. I popped. Julia's
also in Money in the Bank, so she's focused on the mid-card title. So
why not?
I'm saying Naomi's the regardless. It was fun. I love that Alba Fire actually got to like wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
So
agreed.
I thought she was going with her swanton because it's so beautiful every time she does it. And they didn't give her the win, and I was a little sad. But that's okay.
We had a tag team summit. The Street Profits, Fraxium, the DI Way, and
nice.
You liked that, didn't you?
That one.
Because Candace is here now, so now it's the DI Way.
Yeah.
And Motor
My
City
Chemical Bromance.
My Chemical Bromance. All ends with the Y6 showing up and fucking everyone up. So my boy Dexter and Joe Wayne Gacy, they're the tag team.
Mm-hmm.
Nikki Cross said, fuck Candice LeRae. Okay, fine. You know, women doing. Why are Uncle Howdy and Redbeard here also? Are there two tag teams? Are they all a tag team?
One big tag team?
We're a faction and we're down for Joe Wayne Gacy and Dexter Lumis, so we're just all
their family that stick together.
We appreciate that.
It does seem
it
like
breaks
Uncle
our hearts
Howdy,
when they don't.
Mm-hmm.
It does seem like Uncle Howdy just likes to sit in the corner and watch because wasn't that what he was doing the entire time?
Well, no, he
He
was
hit
involved.
Sister Abigail.
Towards the end, so he likes to
Nathan
watch. So he likes to watch the entire thing and then finish off the scene.
You know, I love that.
Nathan Frazier tweeting about the White Six has been so funny.
Wait, he has?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta look at this.
All right.
I like it. Listen, SmackDown's tag team division stacked. Raw's ass.
Let's talk about SmackDown's tag team
that.
division. Last but not least, Legado del Fantasma took on Ray FedEx and Javon TK as a crackhead Evans in a tag team match with Ethan Page on commentary. Of course, Ethan gets involved. He gets super kicked by Javon. Then he costs Javon the match. Legado gets the win. Javon takes the L. TK is a crackhead, according to Javon.
Praise God. God damn it. All the Latinos on SmackDown won. Like, God damn it. When's the last time I seen this? I think even all the Latinos on Raw won, except for NXT. NXT is the only outlier. It's going to get a split for me. But how great was this? It was fantastic for me. It was great representation. And then now we get a super loaded, amazing Latinos luchador centric show that unfortunately doesn't have Sheamus, but that's okay. You can't have all the things I want. But on my birthday weekend, I get the Mexican luchador like extravaganza, the Worlds Collide, and then Money in the Bank. So like I get all the Latinos, almost all.
Chad's
the
winning for his birthday.
No, because it's for the AAA Mega Title, and they're not going to put that on him, especially
AAA Mega Gable.
Stop it.
Listen, if Chad Gable wins that fucking,
He's gonna rename it the AAA Mega title. Watch it.
Stop.
If Chad Gable wins that next week, I'm not coming back to the show. I'm putting in my 2-week notice. I need this to stop. I just need the Grande Americano thing to stop. The fact that he's even in the qualifying match.
It's not Grande Americano. It's Chad Gable.
I'm not doing this, Kitty. I'm not doing this.
In that match is Chad Gable. It does not say anywhere that it's El Grande Americano. It says Chad Gable.
Grande Americano is being supported by Chad Gable, and I will not sit here and support anyone that supports him.
Chad Gable could absolutely slide under the ring. Grande Americano could come out headbutt.
I hope.
If I can go back under, Chad gets the win.
A little bit. Oh my god, no! I want a twin magic. I want there to actually be fucking two of them. Like
if
when they revealed that the Bellas were two people, come on, that'd be so funny.
If that man shows up on Worlds Collide, this is the last show I'm doing. I'm not
showing up next week anyways.
So. Well, yeah, so this would be the last show he's doing.
Exactly, this is the last show I'm doing because I'm not showing up next week, and I wouldn't show up next week if that's what we see. Like it's an amazing, it's an amazing thing that seeing all these luchadors, and I will say it's been a pet peeve of me that they can't properly like say these people's names. Like El Hijo de Vikingo, they just say Vikingo, and I'm like, no, it's El Hijo de Vikingo, El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. It's not Dr. Wagner. It's not Dr. Wagner Jr. It's El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. This is the third generation guy. Come on, like it's not that hard. The names are on the screen. Say the entire thing, just like we have to say TCF baby. Please say the baby. Same concept and theory applies.
Have to. You just might get peasant if you don't.
Which, by that definition, you have to. Who wants to get a peasant? I don't want to be a peasant. I got it once, I think, and I didn't.
I've gotten it.
Well, I think I've gotten it too. Rick told me I haven't, but I'm pretty sure I have.
I have to go back and watch it. I've been the reason why Rick's gotten peasant of the week. So there's that.
I've also been the reason he's gotten peasant.
Katie, I feel like you've had the least amount of time to be able to speak, so I'm going to let you go first. What was your show of the week?
I liked SmackDown. SmackDown was fun, but it's like I want to say SmackDown, but I also want to say like Dynamite, low-key. Now, I'll give it to Dynamite.
Katie's going Dynamite.
We know where he's
Vince
going.
already said it was SmackDown.
SmackDown was the best show of the week. All the Latinos won. Come on.
I can't give it to NXT because NXT's been on some bullshit as of late.
That's
first
respectful
Toni,
to Don too.
then Ricky, then Stephanie. It's hurtful. However, the only show that didn't feature Logan Paul, but did feature my boy CM Punk Monday Night Raw, had R-Truth, had Big Boned Line, had all the fun
that was on
stuff.
SmackDown.
Oh shit, that was on SmackDown. Oh fuck, am I gonna go SmackDown? I think I'm gonna go SmackDown. I'm gonna polish my Peacemaker on SmackDown with Vince.
We can polish each other's Peacemaker, so we get.
No, we can't.
Why not? We save time doing that. Why take turns polish? Because we.
I mean, I can polish my own, and you can polish your own, and we can just be in the same room doing it together. But you don't need to polish mine. I don't need.
You guys are parallel playing, polishing your Peacemakers.
Yeah, parallel
in stereo polishing.
Peacemaker polishing.
Peacemaker polishing in stereo. There you go.
Triple B instead of Triple A.
Yep, Triple P. All right, Katie.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
You can follow me on Twitter, Katie Wrestling 13, the link tree in my bio to take everything She Elite Showcase, twitch.tv/She Elite Showcase, and youtube.com/She Elite Showcase, typically Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern-ish. Next week's going to be a fun one. I already know the question of the week. It's going to be wrestlers as tarot cards. So I'm into my spooky shit. It's fun. So if you wanna, it's me. So if you want to see that, and yeah, come on over.
Roger that. And Vince?
Yeah, I've been resuscitating 606 Universe YouTube channel, so go ahead and check that out at 606 Universe on YouTube, wherever audio podcasts can be found. Spell out the first 6. We've been doing Power Rangers content, and we're going to continue to do Power Rangers content. We did a Red Ranger draft. By the time you're watching this episode, on Monday, June 2nd, we will have the debut of the Blue Ranger draft, and we're going to have more Power Rangers. Anyways, more Power Rangers content. If you're a fan of that, I saw Devin, the Tribal Chief. He liked it. I had other people that gave me props about it, Justin as well. So if you like that sort of thing, you want to break from the wrestling just for a little bit, come check it out.
So like there's red, blue, black, pink, yellow, and then obviously green and white later. But like, are there other, like, is there a Purple Ranger?
Yeah. Like,
do we miss like those? Is there any like iteration where like we don't have those 5 colors and they like sub a different color in?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Are there multiple Purple Rangers?
There's been at least 2 different Purple Rangers in different seasons.
Are we going to get a Purple Ranger draft?
There's only 2 Purple Rangers? No, unfortunately, no.
But apparently there's enough White Rangers and Gold Rangers?
Yes. So we're going to get the logistics in order. We're probably just going to put all the Black Rangers,
that's fucked up. That's
all the White Rangers.
Racist. That's really racist. Why are you segregating? You do a Black and White Ranger draft just so it's not segregated.
I knew.
No, how am I segregating when I'm putting them all together?
All the Black Rangers over here and all the White Rangers over here. That is fucked up.
No, if anything, I'd be segregating them by only doing an exclusive draft for them. But no, again,
that's literally what you're doing. You're only drafting the Black Rangers in one show and only the White Rangers in the other. I said bring them together and let them, Black and draft the White Rangers together at the same time.
It's the extra Rangers. So like green, white, black, gold, silver, titanium, purple, white, whatever. All those colors.
Not enough black. Like you just throwing in all the bonus Rangers?
Yeah.
Why are you considering Black Rangers bonus Rangers? Are there not enough Black Rangers?
Because some Black Rangers have been bonus Rangers. Like Tommy is a Black Ranger in the future dinosaur season, and he's a bonus Ranger as a Black Ranger.
Well, Tommy.
I used to watch a dino season before school.
If you draft Tommy, you should just get all of the versions of Tommy.
He does have a Master Morpher, which allows him to transform into every single version of Power Ranger that he's been. So
why the fuck does he get? That's not fair. I feel like that's unfair.
Go check out 606 Universe. Also catch the Geek Show podcast and the Wallop Rewind, all featuring SES Vince. You guys can follow me on socials at MyRadio78TTRDDR for your wrestling content, at Getting Off for your horror content, and everywhere else, TikTok, Threads, Instagram, and Blue Sky at Smackin' It Raw. That'll get you both for Miss Katie Kinsey Bay Bay and the Racist Ranger. I am the Patron Saint of Podcast and Warren Matt Ritter. And this is...
Yeah.
Bye-bye, bitch.